How did the Trump administration end up deporting Kilmar Abrego Garcia to El Salvador last month? It goes back to 2019, when Abrego Garcia was arrested in a Home Depot parking lot in Hyattsville, Maryland, where he said he was looking for work as a sheet metal worker. According to newly released documents from the time of his arrest, Abrego Garcia, who had no criminal record, was understood to be a member of the MS-13 gang, based on his clothing. Police said he was wearing a Chicago Bulls hat and a hoodie with rolls of money covering the eyes, ears, and mouth of the presidents on the dollar bills. And wearing that kind of Chicago Bulls hat, a gang task force member noted, indicates that someone is a member in good standing with MS-13. But Abrego Garcia's attorneys have raised several concerns about this law enforcement assessment. The assessment says that he was a member of the MS-13 branch known as Western Click, but that branch is based in New York, and Abrego Garcia has only lived in Maryland, according to his attorneys. Second, Abrego Garcia's attorney in 2019 found that the detective who had identified Abrego Garcia as a gang member had been suspended from the force and couldn't speak to Abrego Garcia's lawyers about the assessment. Later in 2019, after Abrego Garcia was handed over to immigration authorities, a judge barred him from being sent back to El Salvador, citing well-founded fears that his return to the country could result in his torture or death from local gangs. Abrego Garcia had been in the U.S. since 2012 when he crossed the border illegally near McAllen, Texas at 16 years old. The judge handling his case in 2019 eventually granted him a withholding of removal from the country, which legally allowed him to stay in the United States temporarily and receive a work permit. ICE did not appeal that judge's order at the time. So now fast forward to 2025. Last month, immigration agents stopped Abrego Garcia in an IKEA parking lot in Maryland, and on March 15th, along with hundreds of others, he was deported to the CCOP prison in El Salvador in what the Trump administration called an administrative error, but where he still remains today. The fight over Abrego Garcia's deportation has raised alarm bells not just because of what it could mean for Abrego Garcia and his family, but also the precedent it could set for who can be deported and how moving forward. What we have seen in this case and others around the country is that judges are finding individuals being deported deserve due process, as in their day in court to argue why they shouldn't be deported. It's in our Constitution, and it's a pillar of the judicial branch.